In this video, I'm going to show you how to create this 3D infographic in DaVinci Resolve. So let's go ahead and create our timeline. So you can go ahead and create a new timeline with the default settings. Just go with 1920 by 1080 and then go ahead and drag in a fusion composition. Now you can go ahead and change the clip duration to 10. Right click and open in Fusion page. Now let's drag in our background and connect this with the media out. And in the background, we're going to go ahead and change the color to something like this. And also let's go over to image, unselect the auto resolution, and then change the height all the way to 4096. And by the way, you can go even more than this because right now the infographic that we're going to create is going to go ahead and move from this side, from the top side to the bottom side. So we need to make sure that this is as long as we need it to be so that it can cover all the different things that we want to include in it. So just to keep it simple, I'm just going to keep this at 4096. And now let's go ahead and add in our text. This is going to be the heading. So right here, I'm going to just type in this text and I'm going to be using Montserrat as the font for throughout the video. And the color, I'm going to just keep it somewhere around here. And now let's go ahead and move this up. Also, I'm going to change this to black, increase the size a bit, and move this right here. Now I'm going to add in another text and I'm just going to copy the same settings from here, space them right here, connect this with the merge one, move this down, and right here I'm just going to change this to bold, and also let's decrease the size. Let's add a different text right here and move this to the side. Now I'm going to add in another text. Just copy the settings from here, text 2, and paste them right here. Now in this one, you can go ahead and add in a long paragraph or different paragraphs so that this can cover the whole area of this side, this right side of our screen. So I'm just going to go ahead and quickly add in the text. All right, so I went ahead and I added the text and I'm going to change this to regular. And also for the size, I'm going to go with 0.05. And also let's go ahead and keep the H anchor to this left side. And using the layout, we can just go ahead and move this. Now let's go ahead and connect this right here. You can just go ahead and use any text. That's up to you. Now let's go ahead and add in a graph. So for that, I'm going to, first of all, add in this multi-merge. Bring this down right here so that we can see where this is. And now let's go ahead and first of all, let's add in this background node. And also let's add in this rectangle. Connect the rectangle with the background and the background with the multi-merge. Now for the background, I'm just going to go ahead, zoom in on the screen, and I'm going to use this dropper, drag this right here and use the same color. And now for the rectangle, let's unselect the solid and change this to 0.005. All right, so if we zoom out, here we have our rectangle. But what we need to do is go over to the multi-merge, select your background, and move the Y up and X right here. So this is how we can position this. And also in the rectangle, let's decrease the width to something like this. All right. And now let's go ahead and add in another rectangle. Also another background. Do the same thing. Just copy the settings from this background, paste them right here. And let's connect the background with the multi-merge. And now using the rectangle, let's go ahead and increase the width. And by the way, again, you need to go over to the multi-merge and select this background 3. Move this right here. And now you can go ahead and decrease the width. So I'm just going to go with 0.03. And the height, I'm going to decrease this to, let's say, 0.4. Now select your background and press Ctrl space and search for duplicate. Let's change this to 5 copies, and then using this X, we can just go ahead and move this right here. But let's go ahead and decrease the size. So let's use the Y to now position this, and also the size, you can reduce this. I'm going to do one change in the rectangle. I'm going to go ahead and change this to 0.01. And now I'm going to go over to the rectangle one and go over to 20. Create a keyframe at length and at 0. Let's change this to 0. But make sure that you select this border style to flat. And then right here from, let's say 15, we can go over to the duplicate, create a keyframe at copies, and then let's go over at, let's say 50. Create another keyframe, and then right here at 15, you can just change this to 0. So this is how it will look. And by the way, of course, you can speed this up. So let's just go over to 40 and then change this to 5. So depending on how you want this to appear, you can just go ahead and add the keyframes, but these are the ones that I'm using. All right, so now let's go ahead and move on to the next one. So for this, I'm going to add in another multi-merge. Let's go ahead and add in this background and this rectangle. Connect both of them and then add this to the multi-merge. I'm going to copy the settings for the background from here, paste them right here. So this looks fine by me. And also unselect the solid, change this to 0.01. And this time I'm going to add in this rectangle again, connect this with the rectangle 3, reduce the width and the height, position this right here, and let's position this right here. And also let's do this again, just add in another one, copy the settings from here, paste them right here, and connect this rectangle 5 with the rectangle 4. But this time let's move this down. And also you will notice that this doesn't look very good, so you can just go over to the rectangle 3 and increase the height so that both of these can be visible. So now let's go over to rectangle 4, keep this right here, and at rectangle 5, let's bring this somewhere around here. And also in the rectangle 4, I'm going to go ahead and change the level to 0.5. And now I'm going to go ahead and add in a text. So let me just go ahead and copy the settings from here, from text 2, paste it right here, and connect this with the multi-merge 2. And right now I'm going to select this text from here, move this right here. And of course, this time we will have to reduce the size. So let's do that. And by the way, we can, of course, change the text as well. Let's also change the color. And then right here, I'm going to add in a counter effect. So let's go ahead and drag in another text, connect this with the multi-merge. And of course, I'm going to copy the settings from text 4 and text 5. But this time we're going to add in some adjustments. So first of all, let's reduce the size even further. And this time let's add in a number. Now, while you have this text 5 selected, right click over here and then click on edit controls. And here we need to set a name. So we're going to add in a slider. So let's just call this slider. And over here in the range, I'm going to go with 0 to 10. And also make sure to select input control as slider control. And also make sure to change the page to text. Click on OK. And right here, you will notice that we have this slider. Now right click, click on expression, and then connect this with the slider. So now if we change this, you will notice that we see this change. But right here, you will notice that we have this at 2 decimal places. But what if we want to add more or subtract it? So the way we can do that is by adding an expression. So right here where it says slider, just go ahead and add in this text string.format, and within the brackets, you can go ahead and add in this percentage sign and also 3F. And this is going to show you the 3 decimal places. But if you want to reduce this, so let's say you want it to be at 1 decimal place, just add in 1. 2 decimal place, just add in 2. And if you don't want any decimals, just add in 0. And that's how it's going to be. But in my case, I'm just going to keep this at 3. All right, and before we go ahead and animate this, I'm going to add in another background, add in another rectangle, connect this rectangle with the background and background with the multi-merge. Now in the multi-merge, first of all, just select the background, move this right here. And in the rectangle, let's go ahead and decrease the width and the height. Let's go ahead and change the color to red. And also let's add in this polygon mask, connect this with the rectangle. And first of all, unselect the shape animation, remove this keyframe. And right here, let's go ahead and draw in an arrow shape. So this is how it looks. And of course, you can move this slightly or even change the points if you don't like this. So for example, I want to move this in a little bit. So you can go ahead and do that. You can add in the manual adjustment yourself. So right here, I'm going to select the background, press Control Space and add in another duplicate. And with this duplicate, make sure that this is just at 2. The copies is at 2. And using the X, we can just go ahead and move this right here. But also with the duplicate, press Control Space. And again, let's go ahead and search for camera shake. Just add this in. And over here, we're going to change the X to 0. Change the rotation deviation to 0 as well. And also let's reduce the size. And also let's reduce the Y deviation as well, but don't overdo it. So something like this. But this is too low. So let's increase the speed. So I'm going to go ahead and reduce the size for these rectangles a little bit more. For the animation, let's go over at 100. Let's select the multi-merge. And let's go ahead and first of all, let's use this background layer. So let's create a keyframe and blend, go over at 110, create another keyframe, and then at 100, let's change this to 0. So this is how it will look. And then let's go over to text 4. Let's create this right on effect, create a keyframe right here at 120, and then at 130, again, let's create a keyframe. And then the one at 120, let's change this to 0. So it's going to reveal in. And now for this text effect, and by the way, before we do that, let's also animate this arrow so that we can reveal this in. So let's go over at, let's say 125, go over to this multi-merge. And from here, we have this background. So these are the arrows. And by the way, you can also rename this from the layer list. So let's just call this arrows. Create a keyframe, add blend. And then at 140, we can move this in. And at 125, we can just change the blend to 0. Actually, we can do that at 30. So let's remove that from here and keep the blend at from 25 to 30. We're going to reveal this in. Let's go over to the text 5 where we have this slider. And let's go ahead and create a keyframe right here at 120. Let's create a keyframe right here. And let's go ahead and move this all the way to the end. But actually, let's just go with 180 or something. And change the slider to something like this. And then from 110 to 20, I'm going to reveal the text in as well by using the opacity. So let's go over to shading, create a keyframe at opacity, and then on 110, just change this to 0. So here we have the second graphic done. And let's go ahead and add in another one. So again, just like we did before, let's add in multi-merge again. Let's add in this background and this rectangle, connect both of them. Again, I'm going to copy the same settings from the previous backgrounds, paste them right here. And in the multi-merge, let's go ahead and move this down. Using the rectangle, we can again do the same thing that we did before. Let's go ahead, add in our text, connect this. All right, so I went ahead and I added this text. I'm going to add in this rectangle again so that we can create a line. Let's connect this with the rectangle 7, reduce the width, increase the height, and then position this. Let's add in another text, connect this with the multi-merge. And right here, I'm going to add in the text that I already made. So I just added these numbers that are going to appear right here. So let's go ahead and move this in. Let's reduce the size a little bit. By the way, the same settings, Montserrat, and this time this is at semi-bold. And you have this text written in different lines. So for each number, I have a separate line. And also, I have a different line spacing as well. So you can go ahead and space this using the line spacing. Do this for both text 6 and text 7. Now let's go ahead and reveal this in. So let's go over at 180. Let's go over to multi-merge. And for the background, let's reveal this one in first. Let's create a blend, and then at 170, let's change this to 0. And now let's do the same thing for all of them. So at 190, I'm going to reveal both the text layers in. We also need to do the same thing for this line. And of course, you can do the same thing. You can add in a counter just like we did before. That's up to you, but I'm just going to leave this right here. And by the way, these are not the actual exchange rates. This is just a random text that I made. This is done. The main thing is done. Now we need to make this look 3D. So we've already done the 2D work that we needed to do. So now we just need to add in our 3D effect. But before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and add in a merge node right here. In this merge node, you can go ahead and use any texture. Go ahead and download any texture. Just drag this in. So for example, I have this texture right here. Let me just go ahead and connect this. Go over to the edges and change this to warp. And also let's change the apply mode to screen. And let's change the blend to 0.4. All right, so now we're ready for adding it into a 3D animation. So right here, besides the merge 4, we're going to add in this image plane 3D 1. Let's connect this. And while you have this image plane 3D 1 selected, press Control Space, search for render 3D. And now let's connect this with the media out. All right, so now let's go over to the image plane 3D 1. And from here, we're going to zoom this in. So you can use this Z translation to zoom in. So let's go over at 0 and move this Y up right here where it says, where we have our title. And we're going to create keyframes at all of these, X, Y, and Z, and also in the rotation as well at X and Y. We don't really need the Z, but of course you can go ahead and use that as well if you want to. So right here at 0, we have these keyframes. And of course, I'm going to change the Y rotation and the X rotation slightly. And also let's zoom this in. And now let's go all the way to the end. Move the Y down. To this one right here, where we are ending right here. And we're going to zoom out a little bit. And let's go ahead and change the Y and also the X. And the X right here as well. And actually, let's zoom this in a little bit. So again, like this depends on you, how you want this to appear, but these are just the basic random settings that I just did so that we can have a 3D look, a 3D animation for our whole scene. So right here, we have the first animation coming in. And then right here, we have the second animation coming in. And then right here, we have this third animation coming. So this is how you can create these 3D infographics in DaVinci Resolve. I hope you found this video useful, and I will see you in the next one.